folks. You know, the holidays are coming up and you're going to be looking for great things to be getting as gifts, or you're going to be looking to do something fun and exciting with your family. Might I suggest either furniture and then a great meal to go along with it? We got Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses, obviously, to take care of all your comfort at home. But if you want a great meal, may I suggest going up to Federal Hill? Rick Simone of the Federal Hill Commerce Association. He's the executive director, and he has been a man working overtime all the time, along with all the restaurateurs. And Rick, first off, thank you for joining me. It looks beautiful up there on the hill this morning.
Absolutely. If this is the weather we can get for December, I'm going to be overjoyed.
Rick, I'll take this weather all the way straight through till March. Okay.
Absolutely. I'm with you, Ben, 100%.
My oil tank would be so excited about that. But you really do so much for the hill, but I think in addition, I think it's also the fact that the people in restaurants all throughout Rhode Island and Southern New England benefit all your efforts, because you do work so hard in making it available, the option of dining through a pandemic. And you know, when there's no pandemic, you're just promoting all the great things that are happening up there on the hill. So talk to me about what's going on right now as we go into the holidays. I realize some things that are up in the air, but you know, just in general, what's going on?
So it's a trying time, and there's no doubt about it, that for everybody and everything we're dealing with. And thank you for the compliments. They are greatly appreciated. I think that Federal Hills kind of set a catalyst for what could happen in the rest of Rhode Island, and truthfully in parts of New England. We receive calls from all over the place. So I hope what we're trying to accomplish going into December and for the holidays can be that same model to assist what can happen in other areas. Our plans right now are to think big and bold, to think what we can accomplish that can be COVID friendly, be safe for our guests, and be enjoyable, to really feel you're in the holiday season. Just recently, we were able to hang new lighting that's going to be up for a period of 120 days over the streets, over the sidewalks, making you feel festive and bright, so to speak. And our goal is to continue with some of our avenue closures so that we can have horse and carriage rides, trolley rides up and down the avenue, do a series of tree lightings that we hope to do, some carolers, Santa Claus singing. So we're putting together this giant think big plan of what we can do and make it happen for 4 consecutive weekends beginning on Thanksgiving weekend. So that's our thoughts. So that's our goals that I think we'll be able to achieve a good portion of that with the state's help, of course. But it's, you know, weather like this makes it a lot easier, no doubt.
Oh, sure.
But that's kind of aligned with where our thinking is, because we need to spur this economic impact, keep people in business, keep people feeling like it's the holiday season. And, you know, a thing I want to add to it is to make it even more COVID friendly, is we're working on some extra incentives where all of this stuff could be live streamed to the Commerce website, to our social media, to make people feel like they're part of it or involved. And then helping those people that if they want things from the Hill, we're working on these, I call them bounce backs, or you could call them vouchers, that our delivery service companies that we work with, like local delivery service companies, could help bring a piece of Federal Hill to people's homes, and giving them some vouchers to make that happen.
That's incredible. And I mean, luckily there's just so many great restaurants up on the hill. Luckily you and your group and everybody there working together, pulling together to help everybody through these trying times, and going, bringing these certain elements together to support the Hill. But, I've also seen you at, as much as you love the Hill, I've seen you out and around throughout the state and Southern New England, because let's face it, people got to eat. They got to eat a couple times a day. And as well as people have to eat, the restaurant needs to make money so their employees can eat and pay their bills and stuff. And, it's been something special to see just how hard you guys have been working. Men and women have been working to keep it going.
Thank you.
I think I'd be remiss if I didn't say that gift cards are going to be an excellent option for the holiday season and even beyond as we go through.
I think you're going to also find beyond the gift cards some creative options this year. People that normally wouldn't think about doing home delivery or gift baskets, or even merging partnerships with people. Like I have restaurants that are going to sell venda pasta, and venda pasta, they're going to work with local merchants to have wines and cutting boards. There's all these really, really creative things. And I think if this pandemic has taught us anything, is it's brought us all together to support each other even more. And not just on Federal Hill. Federal Hill businesses are going to be working with people downtown and working with things to support the theaters when they hopefully open up in 2021. There's a lot of us coming together at this point.
I probably shouldn't ask you this question because it's asking a parent what their favorite child is. What's your favorite restaurant on the Hill?
Oh boy, you're going to get me in trouble with that.
Don't answer. I'll bleep it out. No, I will tell you that obviously I frequented a bunch of them up there. Great friends over there, Pane Vino, obviously, Venda, who's right behind you, Zuma.
Yep.
I mean, just you could go Casarino's, Antonio's. I mean, you could go down the hill and down the list.
We have become such a melting pot up here. The opportunities and delights that you can have. I can tell you that on alfresco nights, I didn't gain the COVID weight because I've never stopped. I gained the weight because of alfresco nights on Friday and Saturday, which, by the way, I want to mention are continuing for a few more weeks because my bad habit has brought me that I go one place for an appetizer, one place for an entree, and one place for a dessert. So I'm in a world of hurt when it comes to that. But I got to tell you, my nights are delicious.
Hey, you know what? We all have our cross to bear. You know, it's you work so hard, so it's great to see the reward in that sense. What is the one-stop shop for information where people can go to get information about what's happening, or how's a good way for people to learn more and to be able to support what you're doing up there?
We've got three main areas that have stayed pretty active to get our message out. So we've got the federalhealthprov.com, which is our website. And then we have our Instagram and our Twitter. Those have been the three main ways that we get things out. And truthfully, thanks to people like yourself and others in the media world, we're really fortunate that everything we've been putting out is carried and duplicated and reduplicated out there constantly from the media. So we're very thankful and appreciate that. I think we're getting our message out, and I think that people are receptive to it.
Anything else you want to add, or any other things to look forward to? I mean, obviously, we're talking about getting us through at least through New Year's. Are you already looking at plans for, you know, when we're in that cold, hard winter, God forbid it comes?
We are. We're trying to find a variety of unique things. I think that some of the new restrictions that we're going to hear about are going to make it even more challenging. But people are optimistic. I believe the restaurateurs in the state of Rhode Island are resilient, if you want to say. So what I really want to ask people to do is to put your trust and faith in us, knowing that statewide, not just on Federal Hill, we've really got your best interests at heart. It's a matter of survival for all of us to see what we come and look like on the end of this pandemic. And we need people's continuation to do that. We believe that everything should be left up to the individuals to make the decision. We believe that everyone has that choice and they should use those choices wisely. So we hope that that will happen. We hope that it'll carry us through the winter. But my gut feeling has been is that if we made it through March and April at the crux of this whole thing, we can make it through a tough winter.
Let me ask you this one last question, just as I'm thinking of it, because, you know, obviously you and your team have done great things, but we'd be remiss, and shame on me for not starting off with this, but the restaurateurs, the proprietors, the chefs, the prep assistants, the people who support them, the waiters, the waitresses, the bus staff, what's their morale like, and how have you seen them maintain that resilience during this whole time?
So I'll be honest, I think the staff has been a lot like the owners, is that it's been a jigsaw. It's been up and down, you know, they've been all over the place with it. I think every time something new comes out or you hear some new data, it becomes confusing to them. So I'm not going to lie and say that every picture is rosy coming out of, you know, what we hear from the state and from the federal level. It does get confusing, and the restaurants and the staff have to, you know, go back and forth with it. I can tell you that overall people have wanted to work. They've wanted to make money. They've wanted to have a sense of normalcy in their lives. And the restaurants couldn't do it without their teams. And there's some pretty dynamic people that are out there working. I have a 16-year-old son, and this is his second restaurant job, and he never stopped. He's been working through the entire pandemic, whether it was delivery stuff or helping out in the restaurants. And it's a really good feeling to see that happen. And that's why we need the support.
Well, no matter what, folks, as you make your ways through the holidays and beyond, please consider some of the great local restaurants, especially those up there on Federal Hill, doing a wonderful, wonderful job. Rick, you and your entire crew are just excellent. I know we've known each other a long time. You know, it's always great to see you. We bump into each other. The one thing we've never done, we've never shared a meal together. So
no, and you know, we not only do we need to do that, but I got to get in the car sometime. You know, like I'm bummed I got to do it this way.
I know. Well, I'd rather switch places with you. If you want to come into my office, I'll go out there on the hill because I can already see the alfresco happening out behind you. Those lovely people look wonderful out there. Rick, thank you so much for taking the time. I know you got to run back in. Folks, go online, support these restaurants, not only here locally, but, you know, as you're watching this throughout the country, share this episode because the folks up here on Federal Hill in Providence, Rhode Island, they're doing it right. And whether you're in Florida, California, somewhere else in the country or the world, Rick and your team, you have created a model of exemplary service and safety, and we appreciate it. So, folks, share this episode, and most importantly, manja. Go out there and eat.
Thank you, Ben. I look forward to eating with you soon.